So they achieved nothing. Everything that Eren did was for naught because ultimately war still happened. Peace was never achieved. The end of Attack on Titan undermines everything that it was building towards. These are some of the criticisms I've heard about the ending of Attack on Titan, and I think it's a shame because so many people have failed to understand the message that Isayama was trying to communicate to his audience. This video will serve as a brief and straightforward explanation for why the ending of Attack on Titan makes complete sense. It's important to understand that Attack on Titan isn't a story with the purpose of simply entertaining us and pertaining to our personal fantasies. Attack on Titan also acts as a criticism of mankind itself, and this influences many of the decisions made by different characters and ultimately influences the direction of the story. Attack on Titan could not have had a happy ending because the same cannot be said for people. Throughout history, no war can be said to have had a happy ending due to the nature of war and conflict. So if Attack on Titan had ended happily, it would have been ridiculous and would have completely undermined all the realistic depictions of man and his nature. Despite Eren's effort, war still took place in the future. Doesn't that undermine all his efforts and the efforts of all the other characters? Doesn't that disregard all the people that died in pursuit of peace? Well, yes. However, can't the same be said in the real world? Despite all our wars and the bloodshed, we continue to have conflict. Despite the best efforts of individuals to attain peace, conflict still occurs. Without realizing, criticism of Attack on Titan's ending is criticism of the world itself, and this is the genius of Isayama. What Isayama created was a mirror which reflected the behaviors of people which would prevail in the future. This rightfully caused dissatisfaction for some viewers with the belief that all fiction should deviate from reality, but Isayama forces us to stare directly at our realities. The end of Attack on Titan, as mentioned before, raises the question, does this mean that our main cast achieved nothing? The answer to this question will vary from person to person, but it's clear that Isayama's answer would be a resounding no. As much as Attack on Titan is a brutal and bitter story, it is also one of hope and perseverance. Eren knew that peace would not last forever, yet he strove for peace, not for himself, but for the people he loved, his friends. Attack on Titan is a reminder that unfortunately, it takes war for mankind to record the importance of peace, but this doesn't mean that we should give up. Peace will always be desirable. Regardless of the multitude of conflicts that people involve themselves in, they will continue to pick themselves up and fight for the future. And while this is a vicious cycle of mankind, it is one that they will continue to endure because the preservation of life comes first. Attack on Titan is honestly my favorite piece of fiction, and I don't think that anything will ever take its spot. It's been a long 10 years, but it's finally come to an end, and I'm sure that most fans can only call the conclusion a bittersweet one. I would like to thank Isayama for writing such a captivating story full of meaning and excitement. If you haven't seen Attack on Titan yet, consider yourself lucky. Even if you don't watch anime, it's something that will keep you engaged regardless, and I strongly encourage you to give it a chance. As for those of us who have already seen it, we'll just have to live with the fact that nothing else will ever come close. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.